So in this video, I will go over how to find the six trigonometric functions of any angle. So in this section, I will go more in depth of evaluating trigonometric functions when given a coordinate or a specific trig value with a specific constraint. Okay. So this is a review how to find the six. So you can find the six trigonometric function by using the following. You can definitely use SOHCAHTOA. Number two, if the angle is within the unit circle, cosine is the x coordinate, sine is the y coordinate, and tangent is y over x. In rule three, sine theta can also be expressed as y over radius. Cosine theta can be expressed as x over radius. Tangent theta is y over x. Cotan is a reciprocal of tangent, so it's x over y. Secant theta is radius over x. And then cosecant is radius over y. So let me get my unit circle. Okay, so that should be a review. And yeah, let's just start dealing with examples. So example one says, determine the exact value of the six trigonometric functions when given the coordinate -4, 10. So we got to find the six trigonometric function, and they give us one thing, a coordinate. So -4 is like your x, and 10 is like your y, right? So we do have to make a table, like a triangle. So let's go ahead and make that triangle. So if you plot -4, 10, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it would look something like plot it, and then draw a little line from the origin. And then this creates a right triangle. Right, so your horizontal distance right here is -4. Your vertical distance is here, which is 10. Okay, so in order to find the six trigonometric, like sine, cosine, tangent, and all that stuff, you do got to find the hypotenuse. Because the straight line forms a right triangle, we could find the hypotenuse by applying Pythagorean theorem, right? Okay, so A and B are legs, so it'd be -4 squared plus 10 squared equals c squared. So that's 16 plus 100 equals c squared. So that is 116. Take the square root. So c is square root of 116. Can 116 be simplified? I guess so. It could be broken down as 4 and 29. Or it could be broken down as 2 and 2. 29 to be broken down as that's it. So this could be simplified as 4 square root of 29. Okay, so let's find the first three, sine, cosine, tangent, since this theta is not a degree within the unit circle. What we could do is define, let's see, this cosine theta is going to be x over radius. So your x value is -4. And then your radius is 4 radical 29. We can simplify this. This would be the 4's cancel, so you're just left with -1 over radical 29. And then rationalize -. So that's negative square root of 29 over 29. So that was cosine. Let's find sine. So sine theta is y over radius. So my y value is 10. And then my radius is the same thing as the hypotenuse. So that's 4 square root of 29. I guess 10 and 4 can be reduced. This could be reduced by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Square root of 29. So that's 5 square root of 29 over 2. 20 is 29. And then that is 29 times 2 is 58. And so that is going to be sine theta. Okay, so that's cosine, sine, and then tan is also expressed as y over x. So my y value is 10, and my x value is -4, which can be reduced by 2, so that is 5 over -2. So that's tan theta. So we have cosine, sine, and then to find the other three is just the reciprocal. So let's start with secant theta. So the clue is there's a c here, so it's a reciprocal cosine. So if cosine was originally -1 over radical 29, right? You just flip it, so it's going to be square root of 29 over 1, or negative. Okay, and then cosecant theta, there's a little s here, so that's reciprocal of sine. So if sine was originally 5 over 2 square root of 29, that would be 2/5 square root of 29. Wait. Uh, Actually, it was 5 over 2 radical 29. So the flip of that would be 2 square root of 29 over 5. Okay, so that can't not be reduced. And then the last one is cotan theta. which is the reciprocal of tangent. So really it's just negative 2/5. Okay, so that is your sixth trigonometric function when given those coordinates. Go ahead and pause if you need to. Let's move on to example 2. Okay, find the value of the sixth trigonometric function when tan theta is negative 15/8 and sine theta is less than 0, meaning negative. So first, what I'm going to do is draw a triangle. First, I'm going to figure out which quadrant can I use, or which quadrant should I use. So which quadrant gives you a sign that is negative? So quadrant 1, the sign is positive, so that won't work. Quadrant 2, the sign is also positive, so that's not going to work. Quadrant 3, the sign is technically negative, so that's a possibility. What about quadrant 4? Is the sign negative? Yes. Okay, so there's a good chance we're going to use quadrant 3 or quadrant 4, but which one gives you a tangent of a negative? Because you have a tangent of negative 15/8. Well, we can't use quadrant 3 anymore because cosine and sine are negative, so that cancels. So our only option is quadrant 4. Okay, draw your triangle. Tan theta is the same thing as y over x. So that means 15 is your y. So it's negative 15. And then your x is 8. Okay, and then let's find the hypotenuse by doing Pythagorean theorem. So it's a squared plus negative 15 squared equals to c squared. That is 289 equals to c squared. Take the square root. C is 17. Good. No radicals. Okay, so first I would find the first three, sine, cosine, tangent. So let's first find cosine theta. The cosine is x over radius. So our x value is 8, and my radius is 17. Okay, sine theta is y over radius. So my y value is negative 15, and then my radius is 17. Okay, tan theta is y over x. So my y value is um, negative 15, and then my x value is 8. Okay? And then to find the other three, you just flip it. So let's do secant theta, which is the reciprocal of cosine. So cosine is 8 over 17, so the reciprocal of that would be 17 over 8. Cosecant theta is the reciprocal of sine, so that is negative 17 over 15. And then finally, cotan is the reciprocal of cotan, so that is negative 8 over 15. Okay, let's move on. Okay, example 3. Find the values of the 6 trigonometric function when tan theta is undefined. And we can only go from pi to 2 pi. So we're going from pi to 2 pi. Okay, so what we're going to do is draw a Cartesian plane. And then what I'm going to do is pi and 2 pi. So what that means is here's pi, and then here's 2 pi. So that means we can only use quadrant 3 and 4, right? Okay, so what are we going to do? Where tan theta is undefined. So it's either going to be pi or 3 pi over 2 or 2 pi, because anything here won't give you undefined. So what is the coordinate of pi? It has a coordinate of -1, 0. What is the coordinate of 3 pi over 2? It has a coordinate of 0, -1. And then what is the coordinate of 2 pi? It has a coordinate of 1, 0. So yeah, so what is the value of the 6 trigonometric function? So where is tan undefined? So let's try pi. What is the tangent of pi? It's basically y over x. So that's 0 over -1, which is 0. So that's not going to work because we want undefined. What about the tan of 3 pi over 2? That is y over x, so that's -1 over 0, which is undefined. Okay, yeah, so that would be undefined. So find the value of 6. So it's going to be 3 pi over 2. So let's find the 6 trigonometric. So the good news is 3 pi over 2 is within the degree within the unit circle. So you could just, okay, so let's find cosine of 3 pi over 2. The cosine of 3 pi over 2 is technically just the x coordinate because it is a degree within the unit circle, so you don't have to do too much calculation. The sine of 3 pi over 2 is the y value. You don't have to do the SOHCAHTOA or the y over radius thing. It's just -1. Tan of 3 pi over 2 is y over x. So y value is -1, and then x value is 0, which means it's undefined. Secant of 3 pi over 2 is, there's a c here, so it's just the reciprocal of cosine. The cosine is technically 0 over 1, so 1, if you flip that, that's 1 over 0, which is undefined. And then we have cosecant of 3 pi over 2. So there's an s here, so it's just the reciprocal sine, which is -1 over 1, so that was just -1 still. And then finally, cotan of 3 pi over 2 is the reciprocal of tan, so it's 0 over -1, which is 0. Okay, so that is your, let's stop here and then we'll do the other examples on another video.